Almost any color but
Data
orange,
breach
honestly. It would
security.
be
Get me in the
beautiful.
penthouse.
But I would do like a
Thought I could
cyan
do it, but
where the orange was.
sorry, it's not gonna happen. Gotta manage on your own. Not coming with me? More likely not to be detected if you're alone. Besides, I'll be more useful here. If they activate any alarms, I can override.
Timer. Hear my call. I'm chipping in. Total war. I'm chipping in. Casting fall.
What's
I'm
up with you?
chipping in. Kill it. Well, that's so. I'm gonna be honest, Johnny. You wrote horrible songs. This is not a good. That's a horrible hook. That is. I can't imagine hearing that in a song and saving it to a playlist. That's like, why would you put that at the start of your music page? That's crazy.
V, get it together.
I really hate, this is in general, this isn't even outside games. I hate when people in bands describe themselves like this. The Lord of Punk, anti-establishment warrior, ex-soldier and arch nemesis of corporations. Vocals, guitar. Johnny Silverhand, vocals, guitar. That's all you need. Okay, the Lord of Punk? What kind of egoistic shit is that, bro? The Lord of... Do you know what punk means, Johnny? I'm gonna Google it, I'm fact checking myself real quick. Punk definition. Punk is a loud, fast-pacing, and okay, not the music. And in my... I'm sorry. A worthless person. Punk means a worthless person. Before the music, like, before the genre of music, in North America, informal derogatory term for a worthless person. Often used as a general term of abuse. Wait a minute, my dad called me that. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, and in prison it means passive gay, but I don't know if my dad was calling me a passive gay man or a worthless person. A criminal troublemaker I can go with, because I was definitely that. An inexperienced young person, definitely. But, context clues, it had to be a passive gay man or worthless person. Which, if you equate a criminal or troublemaker with worthless, that just immediately, like, you don't know what, like, I feel like there's a lot more useful criminals in the world than people working at Starbucks. Like, you can probably find more useful people in a criminal realm of society than you can in just general society. A lot of people in general society are just like trained to do the thing, and that's what they do. Which that's good for society. But like, if that's all you can do, you're pretty much worthless. You're pretty much like it. If you're able to do one thing, if you don't got skills that are like, I know I'm not like the most skillful person. I'm not like the best at anything, but I also don't have the expectation of ever being the best at anything either. I think that's an unrealistic expectation for me to set as a person. But like, I feel like,
all right, on the roof.
If a lot of the criminally minded people, the reason they're in that life is because they're useful to some degree to somebody. So it's not even, if they were worthless, they wouldn't be worth $250,000 a year to the fucking prison industrial complex. Like, let's be honest here. Like, just because a criminal does fucked up shit, and not every criminal, not even, like, being a criminal doesn't even immediately imply that you do fucked up. I'm just ranting for a minute. I gotta change. 1 second. Being a criminal doesn't even immediately imply that you do fucked up shit. Being a criminal just means that you do crime and you made money from it. So, like, I used to be a criminal because I used to be a homeless drug addict. If there was a way to get money, I'd do it, because nobody is hiring a homeless tweaker. Let's be real. Like, first off, homelessness makes it hard to shower and maintain a consistent schedule. And let me put this into perspective for people who haven't been homeless. The reason the homeless shelter system doesn't work for a lot of people, and that there's a lot of people in tents instead, is because of the curfew shit. Like, okay, I got a job at one point, a consistent job that happened every day, same time, every day. But because of that job, I was unable to do the chores at the shelter. But without being able to do the chores at the shelter, or be there before sometimes I'd be working and hauling shit for an auction that's happening in the next day until like 9, 10, 11 p.m. So by the time I'm back at the homeless shelter, it's past the curfew of 10 p.m. And if you're there past the curfew and you haven't done any chores, you don't get a room. You don't get a bed. You're stuck on the floor. And the reason that I and me and my ex chose to camp rather than deal with that was because if you're stuck on the floor, like what I mean by that is they would give you, let me grab a mat. Let me grab a mat. This isn't from the homeless shelter. This is the equivalent of this is the best this is the best bedding you would get at the shelter. Best form. Look how thick this is. Bro, it's like stacking like 25 pieces of paper on top of each other. This shit ain't helping nobody get comfortable. And on top of that, we were tweakers because like we were drugged when we were kind of looped into that shit when we were fucking children. Which when I hear people say, "No, you had a choice," I immediately always bring up. I'm like, most people I know that started on the hard shit were given the hard shit by like fully grown adults in their 30s and 40s when they were barely able to work at a job legally. If you think that that's a choice, I don't know what to say to you. Because, like, first off, yeah, technically I could have not done it. But the first time I ever used it, it was laced in weed. I was trying to get weed. I discovered that I confronted the man about it because I was like, something's off about your stuff, man. Everybody I know that smoked a hit of this has said the same shit. Something's off. Tell me what's. Just be honest with me. I'd rather you just be honest than play this sly game. They were honest with me. Thank God they were, because I'd rather know what I'm ingesting than not. Okay? So in my case, I specifically didn't really have a choice in the start. Like, I didn't choose to smoke dope. I chose to smoke weed, and I got drugged with weed laced with dope. But once I knew that, I did also start smoking dope. So to some extent, I had a choice, but my prefrontal cortex, look, I have a learning disability already and a speech impediment. I'm pretty sure I have an undiagnosed learning disability as well on top. I'm pretty sure I have level 1 ASD. The issue with me getting diagnosed literally has to do with I'm broke as shit and it requires family. Like, it requires them talking to your parents and stuff. And I don't think, like, I'm pretty sure my brothers would be able to do it. But like, if I would fucking love to get assessed by an actual doctor. Mind you, I can't do it in my state because of the Tylenol people, the people that believe its origin comes from Tylenol, basically rule my entire state, and it's infuriating. Like, I there's a lot of great people here, but there's also a lot of great people that somehow have fallen into these insane beliefs because they don't know anything about the actual disorder. The only thing they know about it is what they visually see represented on the media, or they think everybody on TikTok and online is faking it. When the reality is, most people that are like me, I've been a social outcast. I was bullied. I have social issues my whole life. I've had a speech impediment, and I have ADHD. And they diagnosed me with bipolar, but they undiagnosed me with it as well. I was diagnosed during a meth psychosis, and I fully explained to my doctor why I think this is an invalid diagnosis and isn't a proper diagnosis. And it's because of the psychosis coming down from meth is literally the exact same symptoms as having bipolar. Now, the person that diagnosed me had no clue that I had used meth because I lied to them. Why the fuck would I tell the doctor I'm using meth? Like, why? I was on probation. I'm not going to tell the doctor I'm on meth. That's fucking insane. So, my psychiatrist agrees that he thinks I don't have bipolar, and I agree that I think I don't have bipolar. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but I definitely have more than just ADHD, and I want to get that fully assessed. But for some reason, ASD assessments are like gate kept in a really weird way where it takes a lot of money, and they talk to your parents and your like siblings and stuff about your childhood and growing up. The problem with that is my dad didn't know that I was bullied, apparently, until I was 25. And when I told my brother this, my brother said, "What? No shit, you were bullied." Like, that was his quote. I'm directly quoting my brother there. He literally said, "No shit, you were bullied." Like, it was so obvious. Of course you were. Like, and not in an insulting way. Like, I actually thanked, like, I was like, "Thank you," because it makes me feel a little less crazy knowing that someone was paying attention. Like, so my issue with that is my parents ain't gonna fund that because my dad thinks autism can be trained out of people, and that like social ineptitudes, like they he wants to put all the onus on the people with the disability, like not realizing how the disabilities work in general. And by the way, ADHD, like it's very rare to be on disability through the government with ADHD, but it's not like it's not a disability. Like, it is direct. You can Google it. Just Google, is ADHD a learning disability? You'll get nothing but yes. But it isn't considered, respected, or anything as a disability nearly as much as other ones, because ADHDers have a tendency to be able to function in a lot of ways. People with severe ADHD, though, there's multiple people with severe ADHD that have a learning disability that do get help with their things. And it's not like I want to. Can I be 100% clear? I don't think anybody wants to have to be in a position in life where they're reliant on getting help from the government in order to just get by. But some people just do. Like, you can't expect a paraplegic person to just be a normal person. You can't expect a paraplegic person to be good at construction work, okay? I am a high school dropout. Okay, so, and it's not like I did choose to, but that's a whole different story. Point is, I'm not a stupid person. I just have a learning disability that I didn't know about and didn't have a single person helping me or tutoring me my whole life, despite me asking for one. And then when I went to the psychiatrist when I was 18, because I knew something was wrong, but really didn't know what, they were like, "Yeah, what are you talking about? You've been diagnosed since you were 7." And I'm like, "What? I've been diagnosed since I was 7? This is the first time I'm hearing about it. Right this moment is when that psychiatrist said that. I was blown away. I had no clue that I was already diagnosed with ADHD, but I was also diagnosed with ODD. But if you look at what ODD is, it's one of the most common misdiagnoses of autism. And given the fact that autism and ADHD as a dual diagnosis was not even like really accepted in the psychiatric circles on purpose, because of when these were becoming like a thing in society, the doctors knew it would be really like, if they were worried about, if you treat one, it might affect the treatment of the other, and if you treat one, it might cover up or make the other one worse or harder. And because of society and at its point in the look at any TV show from the 90s and like that have autistic people represented in them, and you'll immediately understand what I mean, because it's like they think every person with autism is just a stupid person. Like, and I wish I was joking about that. I genuinely do, but it feels like half of society is stuck in this mindset that if you're autistic, you are the like actually. I don't know what word to use in place of this. I'm not gonna say it, but you know what word follows the actually. It starts with an R and it ends with Pop Tarts. They think anybody with a disability, like, unless you're fully Pop Tarted, they think you don't have any disability. Like, yeah, I can talk. I'm good with talking and anxiously rambling through shit. When I'm at home, this is my comfort zone. I have a highly curated environment specifically to help me and to function. And I have so many. I have systems in place to remind me to brush my teeth and to put deodorant on and stuff that I had to create in my